Good morning, friends. I am Dr. Sesha from STUDYBUDDY MRCGP guidance courses. Today I will discuss with you how to fill the application form step by step for MRCGP International South Asia AKT Applied Knowledge Test Part 1 exam. Okay, so we'll go first download the application. It is very important that you download the current application. Okay, because for every exam like this one is AKT 33rd AKT exam. So for every exam there's a separate application form available on the website of MRCGP International South Asia. You need to apply download that particular application form only and fill and send a hard copy to the address mentioned. I will discuss everything in detail so you can easily fill your application form. So initially we'll go to the MRCGP International South Asia. I'm just googling this keyword and here is the official website of MRCGP International South Asia. We're going to the website. So this is the first screen that comes and yes, this is a disclaimer, it's a scam alert. So it says that there is no online payment mode available for paying your fees for this exam. Note that MRCGP International South Asia only accept exam fees payment through bank drafts or telegraphic transfer, that is bank transfer, and no payment gateway, no online, no credit card option is available, so that you don't fall prey to any scams. So that's a disclaimer from their part. Once you close that disclaimer, here you have first important announcement. The MRCGP International South Asia Board is pleased to announce registration for Part 1 examination scheduled on May 15th, 2024. So this is your exam and here you have to click here to go to the registration page. So once you go to the exam registration page, just don't be bluffed by this process because it's not an online application. You have to download your application, physical application form from this website, from this page. Okay. So here, once you go here, you have to check here. See, AKT 33. This is the number of your exam. I will just show you the other ones and the deadlines for this exam. Yeah, here's the exam calendar. So for this year 2024, you have Part 1 theory exam, AKT exam 33, number 33, and Part 1 theory exam, AKT exam 34. Okay, this is the numbering for the exam. So for every exam, you will have a different number. So you have to check whether you're applying on that particular application form only. Okay, so it would be very good if you just download it directly from the website before filling the application form. So let us check here. So for the Part 1 exam, 15th May is the date of the exam. The options of venue is Chennai, Colombo, Dhaka, Jeddah, Karachi, New Delhi, Lahore, Yangon and Kathmandu. There is no Dubai center or there is no Abu Dhabi center. Registration opening date is 12 January 2024. Registration closing date is 10th February 2024. This is the last date before which your application should reach that particular center office. And the fees for registration is only for the KSC center is £530, whereas for all other venues it is £430. Withdrawal deadline without penalty. So if you want to withdraw your application without penalty, then it will be 20th February. So by 10th February, you'll send your application form and by 20th, you will have to withdraw it without any penalty, beyond which there will be a penalty. Withdrawal deadline with 50% deduction fee is 1st of March. So you have to be very sure before applying. There is always a penalty for withdrawal of your application, and also even if your withdrawal is processed, the fees will not be reimbursed to you. It will be put in a credit shell which will be utilized for your further exam. Okay, so let's get back to the website. So here, for downloading the application form guidelines, please click here. This we will download. And for downloading the application form, you need to click here. Okay, they have again confirmed the exam date is Wednesday, 15th of May 2024. Exam registration opening dates and the fees. Okay, and it's a computer-based exam. Also, in the same page, you have this payment method available here is banker's draft. You have to make a banker's draft in case you want to make a bank draft. Go to your bank, ask for a draft, fill in the application details. You need to fill the draft in the name of MRCGP International South Asia, and that total particular amount, the charges will be payable by you, and the total application amount should be payable to this particular name, MRCGP International South Asia. So please note that bank draft without MICR, magnetic ink character recognition number, will not be accepted. So what is this MICR number? So this is your bank draft. So this is your MICR number. This is an MICR code which is noted first. The second one is the MICR number. So without this MICR number, your bank draft will not be valid. So be sure once you get your bank draft, or you tell the issuing officer that you will require an MICR number on the bank draft. Next, so and also you can make a payment through telegraphic transfer for details mentioned here. So you can just directly go to your bank where you have an account, or where you don't have an account, you need to just go there, tell them I want to make a telegraphic transfer to this particular details of the account which is given here. So all of these PDFs I will enclose for you in the description of this video, so you can directly go and check this out. So this one is the details. You can just take a printout of this page and go to your bank and then process the telegraphic transfer. Again, the total fees of 430 or 530 pounds should be payable to the MRCGP International South Asia, and all the charges should be payable by you. Okay, make sure of that. Okay. Then once we have read these terms and conditions for filling the application form, there is a guidance here, application guidance form here, which we will check first. So there are some important stuff in the application guidance form before you fill the application. So first is, make sure you use the current application form and fill in all the fields. Previous versions of application forms are not valid for the current examination and will be returned to the applicant. That is why I have told you many times that you need to download first hand the application form from their website, and then submit a hard copy of the filled in signed in application form with other relevant documents which we will mention below, and a bank draft in pound sterling with the correct fees or receipt of telegraphic transfer to either the contact person from the local accredited body, which I will tell you, or to Mr. Wasim Hamid, COO, South Asia Admin Office. So his contact details are also mentioned below. Either one. Either you can send your application form to your local accredited body or to the Mr. Wasim Ahmed at the head office. So documents which you need to apply only for the new applicants. Okay, if this is the first time you are attempting in this exam, you need to apply, you attach all these documents: a copy of your MBBS degree certificate, a copy of your internship house job completion certificate, a copy of valid medical license certificate. Again, there's a confusion. What is this medical license certificate? So if you are in your home country and you're applying for this exam, you need to attach your home country's medical license certificate. And if you're out of your home country where you are practicing, maybe out of country like in UAE or in Saudi Arabia or KSA, You need to attach a valid home country license as well as your practicing country license. Okay, so in case you have both of them, if not, you will attach your practicing country license, whichever is valid. Currently, it should have a validity. Job experience certificates, private practice certificate, etc. to prove that you fulfill the eligibility criteria under which you are applying the details. Applying the details of eligibility criteria will be described. Okay, so here either you have a job experience certificate. I will attach a format of the job experience certificate which you need to take from your clinic or hospital, or a private practice certificate. I will attach also a format for this, which you need to take from your senior GP in your senior practicing GP in your city. From him, you can take him or her. You can take a private practice certificate to prove that you fulfill the eligibility criteria, which we will describe later on. Okay, and or if you are not in a single job for the past for the period of eligibility, like 5 years or 2 years or 3 years, then you have to attach all the job experience certificates for that particular 5 years, 3 years or 2 years. One passport size verified photograph. Verification should be done by either a senior in your clinic or in your hospital, or by an MRCGP graduate. So, and the verification of this one passport size photograph should be done on the back side of the photograph with their stamp and their signature. Bank draft in favor of MRCGP International South Asia or telegraphic transfer receipt, which we have discussed already. You need to attach the draft or the telegraphic transfer receipt. So candidates who are already registered or have a 7-digit candidate ID need to attach the following documents only with the application form. This is for candidates who are applying this for the second time. So they don't have to submit all the documents, only filled and signed application form, a copy of valid medical licensing certificate. Again, your license should be valid currently. One passport size verified photograph. Again, a bank draft, again the fees in favor of MRCGP South Asia, or a telegraphic transfer receipt. Only these four things need to be sent. You don't have to send your other basic documents which you have already sent during your first attempt. Okay, application received after the closing date will not be considered. Application sent through email will not be accepted. You have to send hard copy of the application form via courier. Please note that RCGP London does not accept any application form directly. You don't have to send to RCGP London. You have to send to only the accredited body or the CO. So please note that changing your exam preferred center after the closing date is possible in exceptional circumstances only. So you have to select your preferred exam center in your application form, and that will be changed only in exceptional circumstances. So please be sure that you will be attending your exam on that particular center only. Also, there is one more important thing here. Please ensure you submit your valid personal email address typed in or clearly written on your application form. Make sure it's legible. So you have to type your email address clearly, because that is the only means of communication you will get from MRCGP South Asia. Disability, there are specific requirements. I will just detail in another guidance documents. So your local MRCGP accredited bodies. These are the MRCGP accredited bodies. You will require to know these. If you're in Bangladesh, it's Bangladesh College of GPs. In India, it is Indian Medical Association College of GPs, Chennai, or Academy of Family Physicians of India, Ghaziabad, New Delhi. Pakistan, College of Family Medicine, Pakistan, Karachi. Pakistan, College of Family Physicians, Lahore. Sri Lanka, College of General Practitioners, Sri Lanka. So these are the local accredited bodies, and you will be requiring the accreditation from these bodies for your experience certificate. So it's important you know them. Where to send an MRCGP international application form? You can either send the applications directly to South Asia Admin Office, that is Mr. Hamid, COO, MRCGP South Asia Admin Office. So you will be sending either to him in Pakistan. So if you are out of India, and if you are in any of these countries, you may as well send your application form directly to the Chief Operating Officer stationed in Pakistan. And if you are inside India, then you can send your application form to the Colombo office. Okay, and the address is given here, Sri Lanka. Dr. Preeti, you have to send your application form here. If you are inside India, you need to courier your application form to Sri Lanka. And in Bangladesh, you can courier your application form to Professor Dr. Falazul Zuman Khan. I'm sorry, I might not have pronounced it correctly, but to this doctor in Bangladesh. And in Pakistan, in Lahore also, you can courier your application form to Dr. Noor Ahmad Akhtar, or in Pakistan, Karachi, to Dr. Saliha Naseem. So you can courier your application forms to any of these members. So we'll go now for this another small application guidance we will need to know before we are filling our application form. And once we go through that, filling the application form will be very simple. And when we get so many doubts in filling an application form, it means we haven't gone through the guidelines clearly. So I have highlighted some important points here which we will be requiring for filling the application form. So please note, only doctors who have cleared both the parts of the exam are formally registered as international members of RCGP and have a certificate of international membership are allowed to use post-nominal designation MRCGP International. So you have to pass both the exams for writing MRCGP International post-nominal title. So your eligibility criteria is very important to know, and we have to clarify many things here. Eligibility criteria for MRCGP International South Asia Part 1 examination. All candidates should have completed a year's internship. 1 year internship is must, and beyond that you need to have a training track if you have a training track. So certification of completion of a structured 2 years training course or a 2-year diploma in family medicine, and accredited by the South Asia International MRCGP Board. So this should be accredited by the MRCGP Board. Or certification of completion of an accredited 1-year training program or 1-year diploma in family medicine with additional 2 years of clinical experience. So 1 year, if you're doing a 1-year diploma in family medicine, you need 2 years experience. So total 3 years experience, it is apart from your 1-year internship. This should consist of at least 2 years in family medicine or a minimum 1 year in family medicine. This is about your experience. 1 year in family medicine and further 1 year in specialties related to family medicine. Again, those are also specified. General surgery is not a specialty related to family medicine. We will just tell you which specialties will be considered as experience, can be considered as experience as general practice or family medicine. And that should be approved by the Regional MRCGP International Board. I will tell you where this approved or accredited by the MRCGP International Board is required, because your experience certificates should be accredited by the MRCGP International Board. So you have to send it to one of the local accreditation bodies and they will attest it or certify it, and then you need to send the certification or accreditation to the for the exam. Non-training track. Minimum 5 years of clinical experience, for which minimum of 3 years should be in family medicine or general practice, and other years in specialties allied to family medicine and general practice, certified by the local accrediting organization or approved by the Regional MRCGP International Board. So this is that your experience certificate should be certified by local accrediting organization, which I have already mentioned in the video just before a few minutes, and approved by the Regional MRCGP International Board. So these local accrediting bodies have to accredit your experience certificate. A minimum of 18 months of clinical experience. This is the second another type of experience which is valid. 18 months of clinical experience, for which 6 months should be in family medicine or general practice, and the remaining years in specialties allied to family medicine and general practice. So this is only for eligibility criteria for AKT Part 1. So once you send an application form with only 18 months of experience, you will be eligible for only Part 1, and before applying for Part 2, you have to finish the rest of the 3 years of experience, making it a total of 5 years of experience. Okay, the total duration of experience will remain the same as per criteria C, that is 5 years. After passing part 1 AKT exam, candidates have to complete the remaining requirement and then only eligible for OSCE. So there are some important points here in this thing which will help us fill the application. Internship, house job completion experience is not counted. So now specialties which are acceptable by the board include, so subspecialties which can be considered as general practice or family medicine experience is internal medicine, pediatrics, psychiatry, obstetric gynecology, accident emergency and emergency medicine. Surgical training or clinical experience, only 6 months of will be considered. So if you have done 3 years in surgery, you have an experience in surgery for 3 years, but only 6 months of it will be considered. Only these specialties broadly: internal medicine, pediatrics, psychiatry, obstetric, gynecology, accident, emergency and emergency medicine will be considered as family medicine or general practice experience. The candidates are required to submit experience certificates which are translated in English language by a registered translating agency as a proof of eligibility to sit in the exam, and this preferably should be accredited by your local accrediting body. Part-time equivalents of the required clinical experience will be accepted by the MRCGP board provided they are approved by the local accrediting organizations. In case of private practice, candidates are required to submit a reference letter issued by any assistant professor or above ranked person or any academic institution or registered regional family medicine organization on their letterhead mentioning the complete address of the clinic, the duration of family medicine and the general practice clinical experience. So who can issue such a certificate of private practice? Any assistant professor or above ranked person in an academic institution or any registered regional family medicine organization like your accredited body, or their on their letterhead mentioning the complete address of your clinic, the duration of family medicine or general practice clinical experience of you in your clinic. So there are two formats. One is for the experience certificate and one is for the private practice certificate, which I will enclose in this video in the description, so you can download it. We'll just have a brief look at it. This is a format for experience certificate. This I will enclose along with the video in the description box, so you can just copy and get it issued by your authority. So this should be issued on an official letterhead. This is certified that Dr. STUDYBUDDY MBBS, passport number ABCD 12345, DOH license number or MOH license number or MCI license number is so and so. Your license number should be mentioned. Your passport number should be mentioned. Is currently employed at so and so medical college or hospital, city, country as a primary healthcare provider. That's important. Also, I also certify that his or her designation at a center is a medical practitioner or general practitioner or a RMO or EMO, etc. Whatever is your designation, and she or he has been in active general practice in our clinic from so and so date to so and so date or till date. If you are currently employed there, it can be till date. I will be happy to respond to any query in this regard. So this should be signed either by the managing director or the HR officer or any authority in your clinic who is eligible to give an experience certificate. This should be on the letterhead, a sign, stamp and seal, and a date should be there on this certificate. So this I will enclose in the description. And there is one more format for private practice experience, which can be issued by your local GP, a senior GP in your city. If you are yourself a senior GP practicing in your city, you can take this experience letter from an assistant professor or above grade in the medical college or an educational institute in your city. So this is Dr. Lakshman Das, general practitioner. He's a very senior general practitioner in my city, and the experience certificate which he will give to me is I, Dr. Lakshman Das, working as senior GP and doing my private practice since dash and dash years in Colombo, Sri Lanka. I certified that Dr. So-and-so has been doing his or her private practice from date so-and-so to so-and-so, and he or his or her clinic address to mention the full address of your clinic. The experience certificate has been issued on the request of you as an evidence to apply for the MRCGP International South Asia exam. I wish him or her success in his future. I would be happy to respond to any query in this regard. So this is signed by Mr. Lakshman Das, Dr. Lakshman Das, Senior General Practitioner, medical license, registration number, his cell number, his stamp and seal, and this is the address of his clinic and his contact details. Everything should be mentioned in the experience certificate issued by you for private practice. So this format also I will enclose in the description of the video. So since now we have seen the guidelines, so it is strongly recommended but not mandated or all OSCE candidates attend the South Asia Board orientation courses available twice a year. This is for OSCE, this is not for AKT exam. This is for the eligibility criteria for Part 2 exam. Now, exam structure for AKT, as you know, it's a multiple choice paper and it will comprise of 200 questions. 200 questions. Single best answer format. There's no negative marking. Time allocated is 3.5 hours. That is 210 minutes. No extra time will be given. Normal values. If you are required to know the normal values like blood sugar levels, blood pressure levels will not be provided. Most of the other normal values are provided sometimes. And these are the local accrediting organizations which will accredit your certificate, your experience certificate. So once we know all this, we will go back to our application form directly, and if we are in any doubt, we'll go back to the guidelines. So here is our application form. So this is MRCGP's International South Asia application form for Part 1 exam. Please fill either electronically or legibly by hand in block letters and send the correct application fee as below. I would suggest you should get it typed, or you can actually type it in Adobe and then Acrobat Adobe, and then take a printout and then sign it, because you know, as they say, doctors' handwriting are very ineligible. Okay. So that is here. You need to write in block letters only, don't write in small letters, and the application fee should be correct. Application fee should be sent or taken a bank draft and sent to an MRCGP international accredited body in South Asia or to the South Asia Secretariat. Here you have to staple one recent passport size photograph. Only one photograph is required. You don't require to send 2 photographs, only one photograph, and it has to be stapled, not stuck, because on the back side of that photograph you need attestation by a senior in your clinic, or by the head of your clinic, or by the head of your department, or by an MRCGP graduate. His stamp or her stamp should be on the back side of your photograph, and his signature should be on the back side of your photograph, and that should be stapled here. So personal and contact information, candidate ID number. If you don't have a candidate, this is only for candidate ID number, is for people who have already attempted the exam once, and they will have a candidate ID number. For fresh first attempt candidates, you will not have an ID number, so you will not note anything here. Then last name or surname, this you will note down as per your passport. If you have of course you will have a passport, and if you have a passport, you need to check the name you have as a surname in your passport. You will apply write as a last name, and the name you have as a forename in your passport, you will write as a first name. Please mention the first name and last name as per your ID card or passport, okay, which you will be showing at the exam center. The same ID card or passport you have to take to your exam center. Then the full name as you would like it to appear on your record. So this is the full name you have to write here as you want on your certificate. Residential address, this is the address where you are currently residing, the country where you are currently residing. If it is not your home country, you can write the country where you are currently residing completely. PO box number, district, city, province, country. Other contact details. So this is your home phone number in the country where you are residing. okay, in full international format. So with the code, country code, work telephone number, the place where you're working, the telephone number of the place where you're working, and your email ID. This should be typed, preferably typed, and it should be very clearly written, and this is the only way in which the MRCGP International South Asia will communicate with you. So be very clear in writing your email ID. MRCGP examination history. So if this is your second attempt, then dates of all part 1 exams taken previously you have to write down here. Okay, here the dates of all the attempts you have taken for the part 1 exam, previous attempts, you need to write down here. So in the middle of here, in the middle of filling our application form, I just want to remind you about our MRCGP South Asia guidance courses, which we have. Just one quick second and we'll just get back to our application form. I'm sorry I'm interrupting you in this middle, but it's important. So if you don't want to go for multiple attempts for your AKT exam, I will suggest you go for one of our courses which we are providing guidance for passing this MRCGP AKT exam. STUDYBUDDY MRCGP guidance courses, AKT exam preparation. This is for part 1 exam. Our current course is 4 days per week for 8 weeks. 32 days interactive course on MRCGP AKT part 1, discussing all the important topics starting 5th of February, and for focused revision in AKT for those who will sit in May 2024. For more details, you can contact the WhatsApp number which is mentioned here. This is a batch 2 and the fees are 1000 riyals or 1080, and this is after the early bird discount for registrations before 1/2/2024. After 1/2/2024, the fees will be raised. So the course starts on 5/2/2024, 5th of February, 8 p.m. UAE time. Live classes as well as recorded sessions for missed classes. So preferably you should attend the live classes, and in case you miss the live classes, you can request for a recorded session. And for registration, please fill the Google form below. I will also pin this message in the description below, so you can click on the Google form directly. Having a past medicine subscription is mandatory, and we'll let you know in the courses why it's very mandatory. And this is a message from STUDYBUDDY MRCGP guidance team, Dr. Asmaa Ali MRCGP international graduate, and Dr. Seshashree Ayalasomayajula gold medalist. So, and also the details for payment will be shared after registration is accepted. You need to first register in the Google form, and once your registration is accepted, you will be sent the details for payment. Let's get back to our application form. Education and training. So name and location of the medical school graduated from. So this is wherever you have undertaken your undergraduate courses, undergraduate training, that medical school, you have to write the name. Karachi Medical College, Andhra Medical College, or any kind of medical college, any name of the medical college from your own country. You need to write the name of your medical college which you have passed your undergraduation from. Date of qualification. So this is the date of becoming MBBS. So the date of your original degree is the date of qualification. Country of postgraduate clinical experience. The country of postgraduate clinical experience is after your graduation, the country where you have an experience. So if you have worked in 2 or 3 countries, you need to mention all the 3 countries. So you will mention India 3 years, UAE 2 years, Pakistan 4 years, like that. So you have to note down all your medical post-graduation clinical experience, the country, the number of years, the country of your ethnic origin, where are you originally from, his registration authority. So here registration authority and registration number. If you have, you need to attach a valid medical license registration, right? So that if you are in currently practicing in a country, in your home country, you will write the registration authority of your home country and the registration number of your home country license. And if you are practicing in abroad, like UAE or anywhere out of your home country, you can attach your UAE medical license, your home country license, the details. Just make a block here, just make a partition here. You put the UAE license details here, you put your Indian license details here or Pakistan license details here, and that's it. No need to bang your head. It's no confusion. Just mention both the things and attach both the things. Date of full registration, same. This registration is your medical license registration. So date of the registration will be on your medical license. So you will note it down corresponding to your registration numbers. So country of qualification, date of qualification, and this is for your from your original degree, but this one registration is for your medical license. Next, eligibility. So once we have checked all the eligibility criteria, so if you fit into A, B, C or D, you have to tick that box. Okay, so if I have completed a minimum 5 years clinical experience, of which minimum 3 years has been in family medicine, I will tick this box. If I am here, if I have done my diploma in family medicine, 1 year diploma and then 2 years experience, I will tick here. Okay, please choose below the examination center where you would like to take part in part 1 examination. So here you have to be very cautious in ticking this box. So make sure in May 15th you will be available on this particular location, like Delhi. I will tick Delhi. On Chennai, I will be able to make it to Chennai for my exam. I should be able to make it to Chennai for my exam. I will click Delhi. And if it is any other country, make sure you have your visa arranged by yourself. Okay. Changing exam center is only possible in exceptional circumstances. So, request after registration closing deadline may not be accommodated. So, be very cautious. Now, bank name and account, if any. So, this is your bank address and account details. You have to give here your bank name and account details. In case there is any rejection of your application, they will either refund the amount or transfer the amount or return the bank draft. For that also, you have to actually send an empty envelope addressed to yourself with a appropriate postal stamped envelope you have to send, so that they will return your bank draft in case your application is not accepted if you don't fit the eligibility criteria. So for that reason, the bank name and account details should be given here. And this is a candidate statement. I hereby apply to sit the MRCGP International South Asia exam, success in which will allow me to become an international member of UK's Royal College of General Practitioners. I have read and agree and abide to the conditions set out in MRCGP International South Asia exam rules and regulations as published by the MRCGP International South Asia website. I understand that success in 2 modules of the exam does not automatically make me a member of RCGP, and that I must register with the RCGP as an international member before I am allowed to refer myself as MRCGP International. I understand that MRCGP International stands for member of RCGP International, and the title is subject to remaining a member in good standing, which involves continuing an annual membership subscription and adhering to the RCGP values and philosophy. If accepted for international membership, I will undertake to continue approved postgraduate study while I remain in general practice, and to uphold and promote the aims of the college to the best of my ability. So here I am attaching a photocopy of my qualification and registration document. Your qualification is your original degree, MBBS degree, and registration is your MCI registration or your country's medical licensing registration. One passport size photograph, only one passport size photograph, endorsed by your department head, supervisor, MRCGP International graduate. One job experience certificate, your job experience certificates for the past 5 years, private practice certificates, etc. to prove that you fulfill the criteria. A bank draft made payable to MRCGP International South Asia or telegraphic transfer. So all this you have to check. Check this box, check this box, check this box, and check this box. And then your sign, your full name, the date, and don't fill anything here. This is for official use of MRCGP International South Asia. So there we are. We have completely discussed about how you will fill your application form and then send your application form. So while sending your application form, the address where you need to send your application form we have already discussed. And yes, you can send if you are outside in UAE, you can send by courier. DHL and Aramax couriers are very good for sending to Pakistan, and I have very good experience with them. They actually send the courier in 2 or 3 working days. That's very good for us because there's a very short deadline left now till 10th of February. So if there are any other doubts regarding the application form, kindly you can note it down in the comment section below so I can reply to it. Thank you. Have a good day.